To understand the Cuban Revolution and Fidel Castro's rise, we first need to look at Cuba in the years leading up to 1959. The island was a land of contrasts, glamorous on the surface, but deeply fractured beneath. In 1952, Fulgencio Batista seized power in a coup and ruled Cuba with an authoritarian hand. His government quickly became synonymous with corruption, repression, and close ties to powerful U.S. interests. American corporations dominated industries like sugar, while Havana transformed into a tourist playground filled with nightclubs, casinos, and luxury hotels. For wealthy foreigners, Cuba was marketed as the Latin Las Vegas. But beyond Havana's glittering lights, most Cubans lived in poverty. The countryside, where the majority of the population worked in sugar fields, was marked by poor wages, inadequate housing, and little access to education or health care. This stark divide between urban privilege and rural suffering created a growing resentment among ordinary people. Two examples capture this inequality. First, the sugar industry, Cuba's economic backbone, was overwhelmingly controlled by U.S. companies. This left Cuba's economy dependent and vulnerable to global market swings, fueling frustration about sovereignty. Second, while Havana's elites thrived on gambling and tourism revenue, rural farmers struggled daily to feed their families, fueling a sense of betrayal toward a government that seemed more interested in catering to foreign investors than its own citizens. Many historians argue that these conditions created fertile ground for revolution. Castro's message of social justice, national independence, and equality struck a powerful chord with those who had long felt ignored. His calls to reclaim Cuba for Cubans resonated far beyond the mountains where he and his rebels fought. Yet, not all Cubans despised Batista's Cuba. Some benefited from his rule. Business owners, members of the urban elite, and those tied to American commerce often feared the uncertainty of revolution. Their perspective reminds us that Cuba's story was complex, shaped by competing interests and hopes. Still, understanding pre-Castro Cuba is essential to grasping why the revolution succeeded. The corruption, foreign domination, and economic inequality of the Batista years set the stage for the sweeping changes that followed. It also explains the roots of Cuba's fraught relationship with the United States, a rivalry that became one of the defining dramas of the Cold War. The old order, built on corruption and foreign influence, collapsed under its own weight. In its place, Fidel Castro promised a new beginning, one that would remake Cuba's destiny, for better or worse.